This tutorial is designed to help you complete the smiley face challenge. So let's get started. You're always going to start with sketch. I'm going to click. I always then, after I select sketch, need to select a sketch plane. So I click over here on the front. Click. Now, in the smiley face challenge, we were supposed to start with a circle. There's our circle tool. I'm going to click the drop down menu and select center point circle. For this one, we're going to ignore the size of the circle. But what we can't ignore is that as of now, this is just flat. It has no thickness. In order to give it thickness, we need to go up to the Extrude tool. Again, even if you have a different kind of machine and these icons may not appear in the same place that they're appearing on my screen, it's somewhere here. You should be able to find it along here. We need the Extrude tool. It looks like a cube. And when we click on the Extrude tool, a window should pop up that we can change the depth. You see where it says depth. And right now it's 1 inch, and you can notice that this has become thick. I'm going to change this depth to 0.5. And that would be a ½ inch thick. Let's watch what happens to the thickness of the disc when we change this from 1 to now 0.5, and I hit enter. And now we have this disc with a certain thickness. Turn it around back to the way we were facing at the beginning, from the front. Now we needed to make eyes that were ellipses. So in order to do that, we need to sketch again. Click on sketch. We need to select a sketch plane again. This time we're going to sketch right on top of our disc. Click. We're going to make ellipses. That's in the same place as the circle tool. I'm going to click. Ellipses at the bottom. Click. Come over. And we're going to make our ellipse on this disc. Now when I click, my second click will tell it how wide the ellipse is. My final click will tell it how tall vertically the ellipse is. So if I come closer, I'll have more of a thinner ellipse. And now I'm going to let's go ahead and extrude before I check mark out of that. I can go up to my extruding tool, and the depth is now 1 inch. Let's leave it at 1 inch. Notice it was on new or add. New or add. What's that going to do? It's making that eye or that ellipse stick out, which I'm going to accept. Just to show the ellipse tool one more time, I'm going to sketch. It's making me select a sketch plane, so I'm going to sketch right on top of my disc. And I'm going to go for the circle tool again and choose the ellipse. I click once to start my circle, once to say how wide it will be. Click again, and the third click tells it how far up and down it will be. And now we're going to extrude. And notice new or add, if we look at this, it sticks out. But if we slide over and say remove, it takes material away and makes a hole. Let's change this depth instead of 1 inch, which makes a hole all the way through, to 0.25. that makes it sort of engraves by taking away material that goes in. Now we were going to make a nose using the polygon tool. Once again, sketch. We have to tell it where to sketch. Select a sketch plane. We're going to draw on our disk again. We're going to go up to our polygon. It should look like that. Inscribe polygon. Come down, click once. The second click will tell it how big. I'm going to click. The third click will tell it what kind of polygon. If I move up, it reduces the number of sides. Now is a triangle. That's the fewest sides a polygon can have. If I move my cursor down, changes to a square or rectangle. A little further was a pentagon. Then further is a hexagon, an octagon, and more and more and more and more sides until it almost looks like a circle. It's got so many sides. Let's make it something small. Let's leave it all the way at the smallest one, a triangle. And what do we want to do for the nose? We want to extrude again. 1 inch is pretty big. Let's see what it would look like if it was 0.5. Half an inch. It went down, it got smaller. We'll check mark that. Now we're going to do one final sketch. We want a mouth. Sketch on top of the disk. Click. Use the spline tool, this one right here. That. Click. Move. Click. Move. Click. Move. Click. Move. I'll double click and check mark out of that. Now I'm going to sketch again. Sketch on the plane. I'm going to use my line tool, which is sort of like the spline, only straight lines. I'm going to say, now this is important. Onshape and 3D drawing softwares will understand that when I complete a shape, that I mean them to be one thing. So watch what happens. If I move this cursor over top of that previous line, it understands that I want to start from there. So I'm going to click, come down, click, come down, click, come down, click, come down, and again, watch. If I finish this, it understands that now this entire, I'm going to have to escape. It's still wanting to make lines. I'm going to click my escape button. It understands that this whole thing is a shape. Let's see if I can extrude. It may not actually understand that right now. Doesn't seem like it is understanding it. That didn't work. We'll undo that sketch. Let's sketch on here again. Let's finish the whole thing with the spline tool so that it really does understand that it's one thing. Let's hope that it actually works. And what I might have to do is select sketch 5 and sketch 6 together. And then let's see if it'll let me extrude. Still didn't. So we're going to delete, click on here, right click, edit. We'll make this all one thing. Click, 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 click. Now select sketch 5 and extrude it and remove, and we'll say through all. And there we go. Alright, so you can try that tutorial and see if this helps you get at least more of the smiley face done.